All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Make sure you check out Pig and a Pickle, best barbecue in Northern California. 2 locations, Corte Madera and Emeryville. They're open 7 days a week in Marin from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Wednesday through Sunday in Emeryville. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Well, Mike Martz, former Niner offensive coordinator, is now a member of the media, and he is an outspoken guy. What I like about Martz is he doesn't care about any kind of blowback or pushback. He just is kind of this old stubborn guy who tells you exactly what he thinks. And he's got strong opinions and he feels like he knows a ton. And he's considered at one point in time to be like a mad scientist. He was the basically the guy, the mastermind behind the greatest show on turf, right? With Ike Bruce, Torrey Holtz, and Kurt Warner throwing the rock, and Marshall Falk, and that great Rams team in the late '90s that dominated the NFC West. Martz was the guy there, and then Martz later after that became the offensive coordinator for the 49ers. Now he's in the media, and he wrote a piece where he's talking about how he's got a great respect for Kyle Shanahan. In fact, he ranked the top 5 offenses in the NFL and put the Niners number 1. And it was largely because of his respect for Shanahan, who Martz describes as the best offensive mind in the NFL, which is high praise considering Andy Reid is in the NFL. I think most people would have Andy Reid as the top offensive mind in the league, but maybe Martz and Reid have a feud or a rift, or maybe he just believes that strongly in Kyle Shanahan. Here's the quote. He says, "The 49ers will be the top offense in the NFL because they are a step ahead of everyone else. Even without a star quarterback last season, they scored a lot of points, 26.5 points per game, 6th most. They actually scored 33 a game and with Brock Purdy. But he says, I love what Shanahan does and how they approach the quarterback position." He then went on to add, when you look at what they do with the quarterbacks, how ahead of the curve they are with their formations and how they run the football, there's no question about it. So he didn't finish his commentary there. He also said that he is a big fan of one of the 49er quarterbacks. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be Trey Lance because I heard an interview that Martz did a year ago where he's like totally bashed Lance. And he's like, I don't see it. I don't know what he does well. He's not fast. He doesn't have a good arm. He's not accurate. He just crushed him. He just absolutely crushed him. So I knew before I even read this next paragraph that Mike Martz was not going to be a Trey Lance fan. He's just not. He doesn't believe in Trey Lance. But I thought maybe it would be Brock Purdy, right? Purdy did average 33 a game and was damn good this last year. But it wasn't Purdy nor Lance. It was Sam Darnold. Here is another NFL person who believes in Sam Darnold. And it's amazing how many people have this incredible respect for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was a 2018 draft choice. He was the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft. It's 2023. It's 5 years later. This guy hasn't done anything. But here's his quote on Darnold. It's amazing, really, if you think about it. This is what Martz wrote. I believe Sam Darnold will start. He was a highly talented guy coming out of college. He was put into a couple of tough situations with the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. Now he's with a solid offensive staff and a coach who is brilliant with quarterbacks. The 49ers are an extremely talented team, and Darnold being the starter would be a good thing. They are primed to have a great season. By the way, closing out or rounding out Martz's top 5 offenses, he's got the Niners 1, the Chiefs 2, the Lions 3, the Eagles 4, and the Bills 5. Those are his top 5 offensive teams. But here's another guy that believes in Sam Darnold. And it's just, to me, it's just absolutely amazing the popularity that Sam Darnold has with a number of credible NFL people, including Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan described, Darnold's skill set as good. He's got as good a skill set as there is. I mean, that right there made me go, what? Really? Sam Darnold, who's been a train wreck in 2 different stops with the Jets and Panthers? he was the third overall pick in 2018. Of course, without debate, he has not lived up to his draft status to date. He did show some growth with Carolina last season. Sam Darnold last season with the Panthers went 4-2 in a 6-game stretch at the end of the year. Not only did they win 4 of the 6 games, Darnold himself had a career high 92.6 passer rating in those games. And I view him as an insurance policy for Purdy's injury and Lance's development and injury. But a lot of other people really believe. I've heard a number of NFL people who have stated they really believe in Sam Darnold. And then even people like, Louis Riddick came out this week and basically said, hey, I've got a guy who I trust, implicitly when it comes to quarterback evaluation. A lot of people speculated it was Brian Greasy. We don't know. But he didn't give away his source, but he basically said that quarterback guru that Riddick has talked to was talking up Sam Darnold as well, saying, watch out for Sam Darnold. Wait until you see Sam Darnold in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan and these weapons. And oh my God, Sam Darnold. We'll see. We will see. It's going to be an incredible summer, man. It is going to be an absolutely incredible summer to see on the field every day, possibly Brock Purdy back from injury, Sam Darnold with his last shot. I mean, let's be honest about this. Sam Darnold absolutely shits the bed here. His career is probably done. No, if he can't make it here in San Francisco with this coach, this offense, these weapons, I have a hard time believing there's going to be anybody around the NFL that's like, yeah, he couldn't do it in San Francisco, but you know what? They didn't know what they were doing. Bring him here. I mean, he may get another opportunity somewhere, but I think this is Sam Darnold's last best opportunity to become a franchise quarterback, and he knows it. So this is it, man. This is it for Sam. And he's gonna show up in July. Whatever the best is he's got, man, he's gonna bring it. And I think the same thing can be said about the other two guys. If whatever Brock Purdy's been called dink and dunk and a game manager, and oh my God, all these people don't believe in Brock Purdy. He's got a huge chip on his shoulder. He just ran the table, went 6-0, won a couple playoff games, and yet still there's a big portion of the fan base that's like, so what? He ain't any good. He's not good enough. So he's going to show up with an absolute chip on his shoulder. And then you got Trey Lance, who's kind of redone his mechanics and is trying to kind of teach himself new mechanics on the fly. And he doesn't want to be a bust as a top 5 pick. And he's not going to get forever opportunities either. And he knows it. So this is a huge summer for Lance, a huge summer for Purdy, and a huge summer for Sam Darnold. So it's on. But man, put it down. Another guy in the Darnold category. Louis Riddick is, based on his connections, though he also says he's a big fan of Trey Lance. And now Mike Martz is on record as saying, watch out for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold will start, according to Mike Martz, and he will have success, according to Mike Martz. So we shall see. He, was last year in Carolina a little sneak peek at what the future of Sam Darnold is going to look like, and he's going to find a whole new quality, a whole new level, a whole new career? Or was that an aberration? And he's going to be the turnover-prone, elongated delivery, for every positive play, there's 2 negative plays kind of quarterback that we saw with the Jets and with the Panthers to some degree. I mean, I liked Sam Darnold at SC a little bit, but he had a lot of turnovers, and that's what bothered me in the draft that year is that, I thought he just turned it over a lot. I think he's got a little bit of an elongated delivery. I think he gives away where he's going with it. But, man, there are an awful lot of people in the NFL that love Sam Darnold. And Mike Martz is now officially one of them. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being a proud sponsor of the Krueg Show. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. And thanks to all of you for being supporters of the Krueg Show on YouTube.